just seems like more and more and more lately. Like people always, I mean, the same thing when people on Saturday Night Live and they're making fun of Obama. It's like they've been making fun of the presidents for years,
right?
So,
but to come out and say something that harsh, like, I don't know.
I don't think it was acceptable. It's acceptable now to do it.
And you think it's because of him, though? You think he's made it acceptable? Because he still takes shots at people on Twitter.
It was. I'm about to say because it was a big thing. I remember when it was a big thing. About to go to break. It was a big thing about Obama being on Twitter, and then remember they took his phone at first. He wasn't even allowed to have a phone as president. So then now that you have a president that that has access to his own social media, he brings all this up. He makes himself a target. Anytime, like I said, you got the president that can pick up and fire off a shot at somebody via the internet, then I would use my platform to display my displeasure of him too.
All right,
why not? All fair. He made a fair game. Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, we'll be right back, man. We're gonna get back into some of the things, social media stuff, and plus I want to talk about the Terrell Owens skipping a Hall of Fame enshrinement. So we'll be right back to the hump in a minute. Late.
Mars. The Martian? Taking out my weapon and pulling the clip back. Wondering how the fuck did I take in a bus back? Hearing y'all's round of applause, I better pause when I run up in your spot and pop you all in your jaws. Slick shit, while you reacting, I'm still clapping. You dapping and bapping the same niggas that was laughing. I don't give a fuck about these niggas that's on looking. Better tell the lost boys I got the blood and still cooking. I am on my hood shit. 1052 Persimmon Street is where them niggas get fucking lit. I tap you up to a rocket, get rid of you, and I pretend you're a Buzz Lightyear to the rescue. No, I'ma sit and try to teach you a lesson and why I got charged of attack of a deadly weapon. The beat is your body, my voice is the steel, my words are the bullets, nah nigga not gonna heal. You better buckle up and tighten all your saddles, cause I'm the type that brings a knife to a gun battle. You're probably gonna ask why, cause I can predict all your moves inside a radius, the book of Eli. An uppercut here and a stab to your neck, then I'm moving on to the bitch nigga that's in the back. And when I reach, you know shit is getting serious. But this is not a battle, a war, a competition. This is just a statement and a moment of clarity of a lyrical black man. You don't see that shit regularly. Gotta hold my head up and rep for all for the niggas who depression makes them wanna skip all the family pictures. Then falls to a pit, cause they're sick of this shit. You wanna quit, pick up the knife, now you slitting your wrist. You calling out for fucking help. 99 in your face, wanna praise and love your ass when it's all too late. And no one paying attention to what the fuck you saying. Getting mad as fuck like you turned into a Super Saiyan. Now go ahead and dip while you grabbing the clip. Heating the metal, asking niggas you wanna taste or sip. To grab your extension on the side of your hip. Racking the bullets like niggas trying to rack in some chips. Cause life's a fucking gamble, man. I bet this is the wordplay that they wanna hear from a black man, nigga. Shit.
Welcome back to the hump, everybody. Man, we are just doing some like social media stuff and top current events and stuff like that. I did want to get into you guys about the Terrell Owens situation, about him skipping the Hall of Fame ceremony, and what your takes was on it. I personally, I think they just played him. They played him over so many times. Maybe he's just don't want to. But then again, I think about him doing those sit-ups in his driveway. And I think he grandstanding again. I mean, I don't know where to take it at. I mean, dude makes it. He just does a lot, So I don't know if I can just take him as him just showing them up or him just getting himself back in the media. What do you guys take? And there's no debate that whether or not he deserves to be there, in my opinion.
No, that's definitely not a debate. I 1,000% like it. I like that he felt slighted. So I like the fact that he did it really, really elegantly ignorant. Like he wrote a statement saying, thank you, I appreciate it, but I choose to celebrate that night my own way. Which what I'm saying is he didn't say I don't want to be in. Now that I'm accepted, I don't want to be in. So he's going to accept it. He's just not going to be at the induction ceremony, which is unheard of. But maybe
I know they were like, damn, we shouldn't have voted him in.
Right.
He got him afterwards. He's like, and they like,
I think I like the fact that he gets the last laugh. Like, dude definitely deserves to be there, and I think that you should not have writers or people that never played the game voting on who should be in the Hall of Fame or not. Like, they have enough history behind it now where you can do former players or you can do Hall of Famers vote who gets in the Hall of Fame or not.
One of my biggest things with like in that okay. I do have an issue with that, like the writers and stuff. But I think after a certain time period playing in the NFL, I think you should be in the Hall of Fame automatically. I mean, and I'm not talking about like 5-6 years. I'm talking about if you do like a 10 or 12 year career, man. Just because, like, if you're playing, not if you're just on a roster for 10, 12 years. Like say like Joe Thomas. I mean, he didn't win anything, but he was a Pro Bowl tight end. Offensive lineman, and he played in the league that long. I mean, talking about the physical damage. I mean, to get up and play in the NFL every day, every Sunday, I should say, I think it's an accomplishment for 12 years, man. I just do. Even if 10, 12 years. I mean, them guys, man, their life is pretty much over after they retire. Not like they can't do stuff. I'm talking about physically. Physically, it's a wrap for them.
Not all the time.
Most of the not like a wrap. Like they can't perform day-to-day things. But I mean, their knees, are pretty much going to be shot. I mean, look, our knees are shot, and we haven't played in NFL. You know what I mean?
It's definitely a sacrifice, but is what they chose. But to automatically get in, I mean, should you have to wait 5 years? You have to wait 5 years, or is that the NBA? I know you had to wait a certain amount of time.
I think it's 5.
But then when you're eligible, they made them wait 3. But then, like I said, they made somebody like Chris Carter wait 7. Like, but I don't like the waiting game of making somebody wait, making somebody that's a short first ballot Hall of Famer wait just because
they got attitude with them, right? They just don't like them.
That's not. I mean, to me, that's bad policy, and that's a policy that they should change. Because I think despite what they say about Barry Bonds, I think if the writers liked him, he would be in the Hall of Fame.
I got a feeling, even though Bonds, I think at some point in time he's going to get in. I think he's going to get in at some point in time.
But I just get tired of people trying to say, such and such waited 40 years to get in the Hall of Fame. You can't enjoy that after,
right.
I haven't played in 40 years.
And I think A-Rod going to get in too.
He probably will. He should.
Not just because, he juiced, but he was like uber popular.
So, I like it. Anybody that's trying to give him crap about it, it's just
old
like
bitter people.
Yeah, because they're trying to say, he was a bad teammate. He's, he was a cancer everywhere he went.
But he put up numbers.
Yeah, that's what
he put up numbers.
That's what the Hall of Fame is about his numbers. So you can't deny the guy's numbers. And like I said, I'm not a Terrell Owens fan by any stretch of the imagination. But does he deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? Yes. Should he have been a first ballot Hall of Famer? Yes.
I wonder if he the night of the ceremony, he'll just go out in his driveway and do some more setups. You know what I mean? With the cameras there.
He got his. I don't know if this is his last hurrah, but he definitely with them got the last laugh.
What about the?
I'm all for it.
Do you think Chad Johnson's a Hall of Famer?
No.
Okay. What about Keyshawn? Did Keyshawn get in already?
No. Keyshawn, I don't know. He might be in the Hall of Fame. I'm not sure. I have to double check on that. Did he have a Hall of Fame career? I think Keyshawn had a Hall of Fame career.
What you think, Dre? Chad Johnson?
Chad Johnson, yes. Keyshawn Johnson, no. I think Keyshawn Johnson was okay. He didn't live up to the hype, from my opinion. Chad was that dude in Cincinnati. He was a great robber.
Now he's not in the Hall of Fame yet.
He was that dude, but he was that dude for like a short window.
Like maybe 4 years in the Natty. Yeah, After that, dude, he didn't. I mean, he just couldn't find a home. And then, but I think Chad Johnson was more known for like, even though he had like a couple of good seasons, and he did. But then he started getting that TL stuff, the theatrics and stuff, you know.
Yeah, he was more of a name than a player. I mean, he put up numbers, but
he's not top. But he didn't put in like top tier numbers though, did he?
For the year, he was tearing up the league for the years he did, but like I say, he didn't dominate for like a Randy Moss stretch. He dominated for like I said, a short 4 year. Yeah. So,
wait, here's a tough one. What about Gronk? Is Gronk a Hall of Famer?
No.
Would you say Dre Gronk?
No, only because he can't stay healthy. You know, if he can stay healthy, he'd be a Hall of Famer. Keyshawn Johnson is not a Hall of Famer. He had a good career. Let's say a Hall of Famer, not yet.
Yeah,
okay.
Still get the call. So I mean, like I said, but most of that stuff is
it's a popularity contest,
yeah,
like with some players.
Yeah. Because like I said, there's players in there who definitely don't have the numbers, but they were good guys. Because Terrell Owens shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Yeah.
Numbers wise.
No, you mean Terrell, not Terrell Owens.
Terrell Davis.
Terrell Davis. Okay, I was about to say that.
Numbers wise, he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
Now, if you put him in, you got to put Bo in.
But Bo only played for 2 years, right?
No, he played for more than that.
It couldn't. It definitely wasn't more than 4. Because he got hurt. Like
year three or 4.
But Bo didn't make a Hall of Fame for baseball either, though, did he? No. God, Bo should have made it, man.
Yeah, Bo should have made it.
Somebody's Hall of Fame.
He's still, like I said, he's still one of the, if the greatest athletes ever. But
elite.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Chad didn't make it yet.
Was he even?
I guess we know.
Was he even a finalist? They don't say that.
No, not yet.
And he's been out like almost 10 years. It got to be like almost 10
No,
years.
he ain't been out 10 years.
Dude, it might be 10.
He's not been. He hasn't played. He played. It hasn't been 10 years. He played.
His last stint was in Miami. Can you look up what?
2012.
6.
But he went over and played in Canada.
I don't know, but I like the Terrell Owens things. I just,
No, actually, he played in Mexico.
that's what he.
Last year.
Really?
Yeah.
That was big check. But he was the one that went broke, though. Didn't he go broke?
Their broke is not our broke. Our broke really means like I don't have any money. They're broke.
But they get pensions, though. They get pensions.
Can't afford the $100,000 bottle of water.
I don't think he went broke because he still had the reality show.
Right. I mean,
he had stuff. He had income coming in. A lot of these dudes have. Like
He's not broke because he
broke.
sell his likeness to like the video game because he's on the Madden. Like when they unlock certain players, he's one of them.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, once you look, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure he's good on the net worth.
I remember he went through something. I thought I could have swore they said he was like, because this was like when he because he had been married like once or twice, and the second wife took him through the ringer financially. The second or third wife took him through the ringer, and he was like searching. That's why he was playing in Mexico or playing in someplace else other than NFL because he couldn't get an NFL job.
Yeah. Chad Ochocinco.
His net worth is $5 million.
That's not broke.
That's $5 million. Dude was making contracts. He ain't Vin Baker broke. Don't get me wrong. He ain't not a manager at Starbucks. But he ain't broke. He ain't swimming in it either, though.
And his career, say he made 46, so he made $47 million through his career, through his contracts. So that's how much money he made. He's worth $5 million.
Wow. Hey, I wish one of us was worth $5 million.
I will be worth $5 million one day. More than 5 million. And then when you call and be like, "Yo, what's your net worth?" I'm gonna tell you, and then we'll go from there. I mean, we'll negotiate some things.
Dang, $5 million.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder how you got that low.
I told you. The wife took it.
It said, yeah, his income today is just $3,000 a month. But he owes,
$3,000 a month.
Yeah. But he owes $1,600 in child support,
Jesus.
$9,000 in mortgages, $3,000 car payments.
How is he? That $5 million gonna shrink unless he going back to Mexico. He gotta go back. Dude, he only make $3,000 a month, and he got
That's his income. But like I said, if you add $3,000 a month to a sitting total of already, let's just say a couple million, you're good.
whew.
It's not like he's spending $3,000 a month, and that's it. Like that's all he has. That's just what he's bringing in. That's not. It's not great, but it's not bad. Like I said, it's
I'm
not
pretty sure
broke.
he can probably put. I mean, does the reality show still make money off the? Probably not.
No,
not $3,000 a month.
But like I say, he probably makes. Like I say, his likeness, his appearance. He's $3,000 a month for doing nothing. Is
I wonder what can one of y'all see what's Terrell Owens' net worth?
what's his net worth
Yeah,
right now? Terrell Owens.
yeah. I know. I don't want to ask about Terrell. The other one because Terrell Davis probably broke.
Probably not.
Terrell
Probably
Davis.
get paid to do speaking
I
engagements.
mean, he in the Hall of Fame, so he gets paid for being in the Hall of Fame. Like I said, speaking engagements.
they really?
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they make money.
Well, it was too late for me to.
He said his net worth is $100,000.
Dang. Jesus. Terrell Owens worth $100,000.
Over his career, he earned $80 million in salary and endorsements.
Ah,
They say in 2011 he went completely broke.
maybe that's what I was thinking of.
So
Woo!
yeah, he
T.O. broke. He
Yeah,
might need to go to that
He
ceremony.
made $67 million over his career. And he's worth $100,000.
Is that broke? Y'all think
It's not
Yeah,
broke.
that's our kind of money.
he close.
I wish I was worth $100,000.
You're worth $100,000. Like over years, $100,000.
I can't, but that's his net worth. So that means he has worth that he can go out and.
That's probably just old cars that he ain't
I
sold
don't-
yet.
I'm not worth it. I don't have $100,000.
Jesus, T.O.
Not bad at all, brother.
Ooh.
Like, he can get a job doing the ESPN radio. Well, Fox.
He probably
some radio
owe a ton of child support and stuff. Like I don't know if you know. I don't even know if he got kids. I wonder what he did though.
Who, Terrell's got
Yeah.
kids.
What did he do to lose all that money, man? Jesus.
Bad investments, bad spending.
Ah. And how much they pay you for the Hall of Fame? You get a couple of million or something?
No, like I said, you get it's like the Olympics. Like you said, you get paid for appearances.
I mean, Brown. Annie? Yeah, Leroy Kelly. The Bernie? No, I don't know if Bernie would make the Hall of Fame.
Probably.
Autogram.
Yeah, autogram. Probably Clay Matthews. I mean, I'm just speculating. It might not
What
even
about,
be
what you
there.
think, Mike Golick maybe? I mean, not Mike Golick, but Bob Golick.
I don't know. Probably Matt Barr though.
Phil Dawson will make it.
I don't know. Again, we have to see. But anyway. Yeah.
I mean, I wonder what. I mean, I know their lifestyles be killing them, man, but that's a lot of money to go through, man, in some years, man.
I mean, you got to think a lot of them take care of more than just them. A lot of them take care of their families, like they literally take care of their families. So they're taking care of their brothers, their sisters.
100,000 though. Whew. And he made 87 million, and his net worth is 100,000.
So Jim Brown, Lynn Ford, of course, Luke Rosa, Dante Lavelli, Marion Motley, Paul Brown, Frank Gasky, Gene Hickerson, Mike McCormick, Ozzie Newsome, Billy Willis, Paul Warfield, Bobby Mitchell, Leroy Kelly, Alec Brown, Joe. I don't know Joe's last name.
Dang. All right, we're about to go to a break. Go break real quick, Dre. We'll be right back to the hump in a minute. Late.
Mars. The Martian? Taking out my weapon and pulling the clip back. Wondering how the fuck did I take in a bus back? Hearing y'all's round of applause, I better pause when I run up and go spot and pop you all in your jaws. Slick shit, while you reacting, I'm still clapping. You dapping and bapping the same niggas that was laughing. I don't give a fuck about these niggas that's on looking. Better tell the lost boys I got the blunt and still cooking. I am on my hood shit. 1052 Persimmon Street is where them niggas get fucking lit. I tap you up to a rocket, get rid of you, and I pretend you're a Buzz Lightyear to the rescue. No, I'ma sit and try to teach you a lesson on why I got charged of attack of a deadly weapon. The beat is your body, my voice is a steel. My words are the bullets, nah nigga, not gonna heal. You better buckle up and tighten all your saddles, cause I'm the type that brings a knife to a gun battle. You're probably gonna ask why, cause I can predict all your moves inside a radius, the book of Eli. An uppercut here and a stab to your neck, then I'm moving on to the bitch nigga that's in the back. And when I reach, you know shit is getting serious. But this is not a battle, a war, a competition. This is just a statement and a moment of clarity of a lyrical black man. You don't see that shit regularly. Gotta hold my head up and rep for all for the niggas who depression makes them wanna skip all the family pictures. That falls to a pit, cause they're sick of this shit. You wanna quit, pick up the knife, now you slitting your wrist. You calling out for fucking help. 99 in your face, wanna praise and love your ass when it's all too late. And no one paying attention to what the fuck you saying. Getting mad as fuck like you turned into a Super Saiyan. Now go ahead and dip while you grabbing the clip. Heating the metal, asking niggas wanna taste or sip. To grab your extension on the side of your hip. Racking the bullets like niggas trying to rack in some chips. Cause life's a fucking gamble, man. I bet this is the wordplay that they wanna hear from a black man, nigga. Shit.
Welcome back to the hump, everybody, man. We are just kicking the scuttle about things going on in the media, athletes. We keep going. We do a lot of sports because we know a lot about sports, or we care more about sports, whatever. I should say. Is there anything else going on that you guys wanted that dove into?
I had mentioned earlier before you got in the Madden, the video game, which you don't play video games. The football
I do not.
Video game. They released a new trailer showing the upcoming game, and they had Baker Mayfield as a starting quarterback for the Browns. And I said, EA Sports is trying to start a quarterback controversy for the Browns.
I don't think it's a controversy. I think he's going to end up being starting this year.
But he's not the starter though right now.
Yeah,
every other team, like Eli Manning was the starting quarterback, Tom Brady starting quarterback. And when it came to the Browns, it was Baker Mayfield. Like, they knew what they were doing, bro.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, Tyrod, no respect. I mean, but if he come out and ball out, man, I mean, he knew what it was when he came here. That's why he only signed a 1-year contract, man. He came here to babysit for a year. If he win, cool. But they're going to get Baker in there some way, somehow, man. Remember, I mean, Baker's more talented to me than Johnny, and they found a way to get him in there. You know what I mean? With the trick play, like the first time he came in, I mean, they're going to get him in there somewhere because the fans, they just want it so bad, man. And that's part of the problem, man. That's why they can't ever get over the hump. If they had a strong enough guy to be like, we're not playing this dude no matter what, he might be something. But I think they're going to rush him in there. They're definitely going to rush him in there. You got, Moan, y'all had Wentz, but Wentz played immediately, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if Baker Mayfield is of the same cloth as him. But he could be. I hope he is. But the Browns aren't as good as Philly when Wentz came, as far as the other parts around it. Right. So we'll see. We'll see. Hey, Charmaine. We'll see. I just want to see the Browns get to the playoffs before.
I'm pulling for the Browns this year. For the first time in my life, I have taken on a new team, and I am a Cleveland Browns fan. I am cheering for the Cleveland Browns this year.
May I ask why?
Well, a good friend of mine, who's a family member of yours, we talked about it, and he said, Dre, why don't you support, the Cleveland teams? I said, I'll tell you what, I'm going to support the Browns because I love football. Football's number one for me. So I'll support the Browns. And they're 0-16. It's easy to cheer for the Cavs. They go into the championship the last
every year.
4 years. They got LeBron. It's easy. I can't wait to see, if LeBron leave, how many of these Cavs fans still all in or whatever it takes. They'll disappear.
Believe land.
Yeah, they'll become Bull fans again, Laker fans again, Knicks fans again, or don't even like sports anymore.
There's LeBron definitely made the Cavaliers trendy. Both times he was here. I'm not to completely get back into it, but I kind of want him to leave. Not because I dislike my city or anything. I'm just kind of interested to see if do y'all think he can add to his legacy?
Yes.
Or is it just like he is what he is now? Regardless, people say they don't count the losses against him, but at some point in time, you do have to count the losses against him. You know what I mean? We had an argument or discussion in here one time, and we were talking about Jim Kelly. And Jim Kelly lost the big game, 4 times?
Mm-hmm. 4 times in a row.
If he had won 2, is he top 5 quarterback?
If he lose 4 and win 2, he's John Elway.
Right. So so the thing is,
but the thing about it is,
at some point in time,
because you look at Magic, you look at Larry Bird, you look at other than LeBron is the only person who losses count against him. When people go to Tom Brady's just the best player ever. Nobody talks about the losses.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying nobody talks about it.
But how many finals losses LeBron got? 4?
6.
Jesus. That's what I'm saying. That at some point in time, that does have to. It don't have to be the deciding factor. Not the deciding factor. I'm just saying it has to be.
Who else? But like I said, it's like who else played in that many finals?
Yep.
So
still
what are you comparing it against?
Still 6 losses in the finals. At some point in time has to at least be mentioned, be talked about.
Well, I'm just saying, why him? Why nobody else's losses are talked about?
Who else has lost 6 times in the finals?
Nobody's been that many times. Who else has been that many times?
Magic won 9.
And
he won 5.
He won 5, but he didn't go 9 in a row.
But that's 4 losses, though. Nobody talks about that.
No, they don't.
Larry Bird won 5 and won 3.
Yeah.
Nobody
but it's still more wins than losses.
But it's what I'm saying. But I'm saying nobody else. It doesn't count against anybody else because nobody else is. It's unprecedented, so it doesn't count.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why I think it is. You can't call this dude, not me, but the media. You can't put the stamp of the GOAT on him, and they losing, bro. That's not it. That's not the GOAT. Like those guys, nobody was calling Bird the greatest of all time. Nobody was calling Magic the greatest of all time. Like now they so quick to put that label on somebody and say this dude is the GOAT. But if he's the GOAT, then bro, you can't get swept because the other guy that they call the GOAT was Jordan, and that's why his losses count because you tag him as the GOAT, and then they get swept, and then they always gonna compare him to Jordan, which is crazy to me.
But then this is what I'm saying. You can pick that argument. Is he more iconic than Michael Jordan? Probably not. But his numbers say he's a better player. His numbers say that.
I agree with you. Oh no, I was just telling you that's why. I agree with you.
We're arguing finals losses by teams, and we're just arguing his loss. But then, if you argue player for player, is 6 for 6 is that great? Yes, but his numbers aren't better.
The argument always changes. We talked about this before, like the Jordan thing and LeBron. Bill Winnington got more championships than Patrick Ewing. Is he better than him? Nobody would even debate that. So why is that the only argument they use when it comes to Jordan and LeBron. Well,
I think that's one of the lanes they use. I don't like.
No, that's the only one, bro.
Well, I mean,
that's the only thing they got him on is 6 for 6. That's it.
Yep.
And like
6 for 6 and killer instinct. Like you can't measure killer instinct. You can't measure heart. As far factual numbers, he's not better. His numbers aren't better.
I mean, but
is he more iconic? Sure, but he's not better.
Player. I think Jordan's a better player. I think they're I take that back. I think they're just different players. I don't think either one is better than the other.
If he's a better player, but the numbers.
But numbers don't mean you're better. Numbers just mean you got more numbers.
If you score more,
that don't make you a better player. So is Dominique Wilkins better than Scottie Pippen?
Yes.
Is Dominique Wilkins better than Karl Malone?
No, his numbers aren't better.
I'm pretty sure their numbers are comparable. My point is, just because you score more or you rebound more, don't make you the better player.
Why don't it?
Because numbers.
If you're more productive,
it means you're a better scorer.
But I'm talking all around numbers.
But Kevin, that's how they measure you on your numbers. That's how they measure everything. The 6 for 6 is a number.
Right.
That's a number. So why can't you take the scoring and stop there? No, we got rebounds and assists too. Those are numbers. They leave those out and they only want to talk about the score. No, LeBron averaged more rebounds and more assists.
Minutes. He has better numbers.
I'm not arguing the numbers, man. I'm just saying. From what I've seen, and I've seen both of them play, so I can't do the Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar thing. I thought Jordan was better. I think Jordan's a better player from watching it. Now I don't think he's.
I agree with you. But I'm saying you can't ignore the numbers.
No.
When they go in your favor, not you, but when you throw the 6 for 6 up those numbers, if we're gonna stick to numbers, then LeBron is the better guy. But from what I saw with my own eyes, I would pick, Jordan. Then it all depends on the team that I got. That has a lot to do with it. LeBron is going to make the guys around him better. Jordan just need guys to play defense. That's cool.
I thought Jordan made his guys better, but in a different way. I think it was a lot of fear. You know what I mean? It's like I think their leadership styles are different. I do believe though that LeBron made players that weren't as good a lot better than Jordan did. Like I think LeBron could get. I think he got the most out of a Mo Williams or the most out of a what's the dude with the big eyeballs? His brothers died. Larry Hughes and people like that. I do think he's better at that.
I don't, because when they lose the championship, the first thing you hear is he didn't have enough help. I never heard that against Toronto. I never heard that against Boston. They didn't have enough help. The second they got to Golden State, he ain't got enough help. I don't want to hear that, bro. He had help when they played Toronto. He was the GOAT.
That's fine, but then playing Toronto and playing Golden State is two different animals.
Well, I mean, if you need help, you need help. I mean, Toronto was actually number one this year, right?
Yeah.
In the East. He beat the number one team in the East. And, during the regular season, Toronto took care of Cleveland. And
Cleveland still beat them in the regular season.
My sister Charmaine says, I don't think any present-day team sport player is more iconic than Jordan, despite losses. Definitely, I mean, Jordan, I guess but how do you get over the iconic presence of Jordan?
You can't. Because nobody can.
They won't let you.
Can have an honest conversation because everybody's going to say, he's the best I've ever seen. But it's like.
I mean, but I'm saying he's the best I've ever seen.
No, but I'm saying, but if you go analytics, to me, you go analytics, I say he's not the best I've seen play. He's not the best basketball player I've seen play basketball. Is he a great player? Yes. He's not the best player I've ever seen.
He's the best player I've ever seen. I ain't like him. I ain't even like him. I wasn't a fan of him. I couldn't stand him.
I mean, it's just the way we rewrite history. We talk about this. It's the way we rewrite history because he has that 2-year gap where he didn't play. Only he did play one of those years and lost. Nobody talks about that. Well,
yeah, but that's not why I'm just talking about
I'm not
purely looking at him. Looking at
I'm saying in his lore, if people in people's mind, in their imagination, if he played those 2 years, he wins those 2 years. People say that would have been 8 in a row. But he did play 1 year and he lost, so you wouldn't have won. They lost to Orlando with him playing, and then they say, well, he was rusty. When he was playing the year before, he was averaging 31. When he played that year, he was averaging 30. So how rusty was he? Like, they make excuses for this dude. They ran into a better team. Orlando was a better team, a younger team, a hungrier team. Now,
I think they would. I even think they would have lost to Houston too.
Yeah, that next year when they came back, people would say, "Oh, well, he came back, refocused, and he beat him." No, he came back with fucking Dennis Rodman, with probably the all-time leading rebounder, because they were saying Dennis Rodman was the only person to average over 16 rebounds a game in the history of basketball. He averages 16 rebounds, so he added that to his team, and that's when he won 3 more titles. But people don't say that. They just say he came back focused and hungry. No, he added a fucking Hall of Famer.
All I know, like I said, I mean, I can't like analytically go, this person is better than this person or whatever and stuff. I'm just talking about when I look.
Speaking of a person that just likes basketball, like you said, am I a fan of Michael Jordan? No. Do I recognize he's a great player? Yeah. But when you start talking about numbers, if your numbers don't match up, to me that's the tell all be all. When your numbers don't match up, then you can't say.
I mean, you can if you're looking at it. Like, I mean, if you're looking at it and you believe LeBron's the best, that's what you feel and what you see. If I'm looking at it, I'm looking at the game. I'm personally looking at the game. I mean, I'm not like. Yeah, but I'm not going in.
You can make whoever the best you want to be the best by looking at it, because you're studying it, you're looking at it.
But I'm watching both of them though, and I'm watching them go through their playoffs and go through whatever they go through to get to the championships and stuff like that. And just our opinion just differ on it. I mean, you know, I don't go by just like we were saying with Jordan didn't play for the 2 years. What did that do to his numbers? You know what I mean? I mean, that affected his numbers also. Not saying that because he didn't play for 2 years. But I mean,
your numbers, you don't lose numbers for not playing.
Could you imagine what his score and average would have been?
Maybe he might have shot a lower.
But he still would have scored more points. Even if he scored a lower percentage, he still would have had like a lot of the records. And like I said, I'm not even knocking LeBron for anything.
The 2 years he didn't play, the 2 years he played in Washington hurt him more than the 2 years he didn't play with the Bulls.
I mean, I'm not talking about that Jordan though. I'm not. I mean, and when I will say,
that's what I'm saying. Nobody talks about that. That's the point. No, when we get to that, no, I'm not talking about that Jordan. It's the same guy.
It's not the same guy. Dude was washed up then.
But he still played.
The one thing that LeBron hasn't happened to LeBron is he hasn't hit a wall. He hasn't been washed up. And I will give him 15 years strong. He still looked real good. He still looked real.
2 years off.
But he didn't. Without taking no time off, he still looks real good. I'm
playing on 3 Olympic teams. He's playing for 1 Olympic team. So he's playing all summer. He's logged way more minutes.
I mean, there's no even argument that he's a better physical specimen than Jordan. That's not even up to for discussion. He's bigger, stronger.
Why do it stop with Jordan and LeBron? Why is Kareem name never brought up?
That's because the other two are just sexy picks.
But when you say it doesn't stop with the physical, that's part of being a player.
No, but yeah, it is part of being a player, but that's not the only part of being. Because if that's the case, then Shaq would be the best player ever. He's the biggest, strongest ever to get on the court. That's part of it. That's not all of it.
He would be in the argument if they wanted him to be. They could manufacture it and say, because like you said, he was the most dominant guy of his time. Couldn't nobody stop it.
But some of his numbers are still like pedestrian numbers. He wasn't doing. Like you said, if he would be the most dominant if he had a season like Wilt of averaging 40 points a game, 50 points a game. He didn't do that.
Charmaine says some folks play on a team, but not all the athletes know how to play as a team. When the athlete can play well enough to make others on the team rise to the occasion, then you have a great player.
I like that. I think it's more of a comparison to Kobe and Jordan, not LeBron.
Absolutely. I mean, because they're similar players.
Yeah, that's an argument.
If I was arguing something, if I was arguing like who's the best between, I would probably go Magic and LeBron.
But that's what I'm saying. But if this, like I said, because this is not my argument. This is not. I don't know why people want to. Who's the best player? I don't do best player. I do who's my favorite players. Who I like to watch.
Okay.
When you say the best player, since there's no definitive way to say who's the best player, I don't argue that point because like I said, the points you make are valid. The points I make are valid. So you can't say who's the best player. You can only say who's the best player you've ever seen.
who I think the best player is.
And I can only say who's the best player I've ever seen. But when we do get to comparing two players that are still basketball players, only thing you can do, if you can compare Kareem to LeBron, compare their numbers. That's the only way you can compare them. Is compare the numbers.
But if you compare him to Kareem, everybody's second. I mean, Kareem's numbers are.
That's what Dre is saying. That's the point.
I mean,
how did you just supersede this guy and let this guy when his numbers are the best?
Yep.
I mean, if like I said,
He got 6 championships.
How could the greatest player of all? How could the greatest scorer of all time not lead his sport in scoring?
well, but he wasn't.
The reason they were considering, or they say Jerry Rice is the greatest football player of all time, greatest wide receiver, because at a time he had the most touchdowns in the history of the game.
That's it.
So he could be considered that. When Emmitt Smith could be considered the greatest rusher in NFL history because at a time he was the number one rusher. Michael Jordan has never been the number one scorer. He will never be the number one scorer in NBA history. That's Mr. Kareem.
Like no one's ever going to do that. I mean,
LeBron can.
Well, he might.
So if no one can ever do that, like you said, then it's so facto. Kareem is your best player.
Charmaine went out. She said, "Who would y'all compare to Larry Bird?" Like,
actually, Larry Bird's numbers are comparable to LeBron's.
Larry Bird and LeBron.
When they show LeBron scoring assists and rebounds, the next player up there most of the time is Larry Bird. Actually, that scored, rebounded, and assists like that is Larry Bird. But people don't talk about it. They'll show it on the screen, but that's not the argument because Larry Bird's not the sexy pick.
Right. I mean, and a lot of it is sexy, but they do it to themselves though. The marketing does it to them too, though. You know, because they're guys like you remember like until he got hurt, like Penny was the guy. You know what I mean? Penny was going to carry the mantle in between Jordan and LeBron. That was the guy. He was going to be that guy. And then, you know, Kobe made things happen or whatever and stuff and kind of squashed that because Kobe was in his own whatever and stuff. But it was all because the commercials and the tennis shoes and
yes, they were making him like Michael Jordan, but it was because of the play too.
Yeah, it was the play, but I mean, you got guys.
Yeah, but like you said, they were building him to be the next guy.
Right. That's my point. It's sexiness in the fact of the media.
And that's what I say. But people don't listen when I say. Like you said, Gatorade, ESPN, Nike, they built Michael Jordan to look like the best player ever.
Like right now, they're trying to build Kevin Durant. He's supposed to be, Kevin Durant is the guy they're building right now.
They're going to market him.
Right. So he's that guy. But I don't think anybody in this room thinks he's better than LeBron.
No, but like I said, they're going to market him to make it look that way.
You know, and like
she said or whoever said, I didn't realize, I always liked Larry Bird. I always knew he was a good player. I didn't realize how good he was until they started showing his numbers next to LeBron. And like the only other player to do this is Larry Bird. He was bad, and his numbers stand up there, but people never put him in that argument, ever.
Well, I was a Celtics fan coming up, so I remember Larry Bird. That was coming up, Dre. Not now.
But then what hurts Magic and Larry Bird's
they played against each other.
No, they played against each other. Both of them say, Michael Jordan's the best player ever. Even though Larry Bird,
they bow down to him. Yeah. Matter of fact, Bird was the first one.
But even though Larry Bird's numbers are probably better than his.
Than Michael Jordan's?
Yes. Rebound, we were talking about rebound assists.
Okay, rebound and assists maybe.
Rebounds, assists.
But then that's like kind of when we get into like the tit for tat like thing with players that are considered or want to be in a GOAT conversation is it's like comparing apples and oranges sometimes because LeBron is never. I guess if LeBron wanted to shoot every time as much as Jordan.
If you're talking basketball players, to me, you're talking all around game. You're not just talking scoring. You're talking.
I'm just talking about. I don't really look at it as like all right. So, I don't always think about all around game when I'm talking about best player. That's not how I mean, there's some players that are really good at something and just really, really, really good at that. Like we'll use Dominique for example. That was my favorite player. Dominique could score flat out. He can give you 30 any night. He put them shoes on. Did I think he was like? Do I think he's like a top 10 player? No, not even top 20. Maybe top 20. Maybe. Like it depends on who's making less or whatever. He was my favorite though, but he doesn't. But he was still a really, 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 really good player. But all he could do was score, rebound a little bit.
Wait. But here's another. Here's something somebody else pointed out. That's a Dominique fan. You say that about Dominique, but they consider Barkley an all-time great because of his numbers.
Because Barkley rebounded.
Yeah, but Dominique's numbers are close to Barkley's.
Yeah, but Dominique
Look
did.
at him. But if you look at the numbers, his rebounding numbers are close. His assist numbers are close to Barkley's. Very close.
But-
so how can one be and one not be?
Well, I mean,
because of popularity.
Yeah, popularity, sexiness. You know,
Dude,
Barkley.
dude pulled their numbers up and showed me, and Dominique numbers are close, maybe even slightly better than Barkley's.
Like, I got an attitude, like when they did the top 50 players and they put Pippen on the list ahead of Dominique, and I was like,
crap.
wow.
That's bull crap. Falcon crap, man. That's Falcon crap.
I was like, wow. I said, wait a minute.
But that's
like,
popularity. He should have been on.
Scottie Pippen won championships. He was with next to MJ.
This is still early in that though. This wasn't like the end of the career Scottie Pippen. This was like mid-career Scottie Pippen.
Well, even at when Scottie Pippen, how many good years Scottie Pippen had? Like 8, 9 years.
He had a stretch. He had a good run.
But I mean, but Nick was crushing for years. He was. I mean, there was years like he won the scoring title. I think 1 or 2 years, I believe. But I mean, he was that dude. Was he? Scottie Pippen was a better defender, you know.
Okay.
But Dominique could put up 30, 40 points a night if need be. You know, he was that guy. And you catch him on that special night. I seen the night he scored 52. I was on fire that night. But
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So if when we get into popularity, we get into stuff because I tell people all the time when you look at numbers, people make the year Steve Nash won the MVP both years. Chris Paul had better numbers than Steve Nash. Better numbers. He was better scoring, and he was like maybe 1 or 2 assists less.
But he couldn't wipe his hair back like this. Like,
but popularity says the NBA wanted Steve Nash to be the MVP
twice. Charmaine says Boston, the Celtics was probably the only team that gave the Lakers a run for their money back in the day. I thought Philly
beat the Lakers
in the finals. Did they?
No,
Yes.
They beat Houston.
No, the Lakers. No, Boston beat Houston.
Boston did beat Houston.
Boston beat Ralph Sampson and the Dream.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yeah, they beat him. A young Dream.
Philly beat the Lakers. So no, it was Houston. Houston was
Lakers, Pistons.
And that's something we talked about too. How guys cry about like parity, and like they tied to the same 2 teams. Well, that's kind of how it was when we grew up. You just named it was either Philly, Boston, or LA. That was it. And then Chicago got in there. Detroit got in there.
Detroit got in there, yeah.
That was it.
But I had, matter of fact, I think I got it on my phone. I might have erased it. But I was telling somebody that I've been watching basketball for 30 years, and there was only like 10 teams that won the title.
Yeah, it's some teams that ain't never even played in the finals.
Yeah. The Cavs was one of them.
Yeah.
Well, up until 2007.
So, I mean, like I said, people get tired. You know, I get tired of saying 2 teams. And I tell people all the time.
That's the NBA,
though.
though.
11-year stretch. 11 years where 9 out of the 11 years, it was either the Lakers or the Spurs in the finals in the West. But people are tired of saying 2 teams. Like, I don't. Like, oh, I'm tired of saying that. For 11 years, it was the Lakers or the Spurs.
It was a stretch in the NFL for a while where the NFC won the Super Bowl. It was like it didn't even matter. The NFC, matter of fact, the NFC East won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the Giants won 2, Washington won 2.
No, the Cowboys, Giants, and Washington.
Yeah, Philly didn't win. Fucking bastards.
I mean, they won this year. You got them now, though.
Yes, we should have had it.
Matter of fact, I think we the only division that every team in our division won the Super Bowl. I think we are.
Yeah, once we kicked Cardinals out.
Yeah, that's right.
Cincinnati won the Super Bowl?
No, they played in 2 of the greatest. They played against San Fran.
That's the Boomer Esiason teams, right?
Yeah, Boomer Esiason and Ken Anderson.
And what's his name that I can't stand? The receiver.
Oh, it's Chris Collinsworth.
Chris Collinsworth. I mean, I can't stand him all.
Receiver,
I can't stand his commentating, though, man.
Listen to the Spanish announcers. I'm serious. Put the Spanish people on.
Y'all dislike him like that?
I can't do him, man. I can't.
Yeah, he's Captain. Well, I think the Giants will win if they score more points than the Cowboys. Oh shit.
What did y'all think about, like, before we wrap up? What did y'all think about the commentating of the finals, man, with Mark Jackson and Van Gundy? Did you think it was biased any or?
Nah, they're entertaining. I don't think it's biased. I think Van Gundy. I know Van Gundy gets a lot of slack. I think he's about as honest on both sides of the commentator you'll find.
Yeah, he is.
I feel like Mark Jackson's a homer for Golden State.
Because he look at them championships and say they're supposed to be his.
Yeah.
Like Steve Kerr, man. Steve Kerr gave him credit for the first one.
Might be a little,
but not the other two, though.
I mean, when he talks about Klay Thompson, like Klay Thompson is the best player in the league. I mean, dude, he was like, let me tell you something about this guy.
He could be.
The hardest guy. I mean, all right. I mean, but he's playing against LeBron. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, he rival, like he'll talk about, like, I guess it's okay to give Steph his props. Because Steph is like, I mean, as much as he gets on my nerves sometimes, I mean, he still get that off. You know what I mean? He get that off. I can't knock him. He get that off. That shot, he get it off.
He's not, like, to me, Steph Curry is not like one of them fluky guys. Like, some players are good because of, like I said, the way they're being helped on their team. Like, he's good.
Isaiah Thomas with the Celtics.
He's like one of the fluky guys where they're going to make sure he gets his points, and because Curry just doesn't. Like, you can't. He's
a proven commodity. Yeah, I'm not even going to, like.
You can't help him out if he's shooting half court. Like, he can dribble, he can shoot, he can score. Like, you can't fake that. As much as I want to hate him, I can't hate him.
I don't like him. I don't hate him either. I just get tired of Mark Jackson's love affair with the Golden State.
You got to consider that, but I think Van Gundy does a good job of keeping it. You can tell who he likes. You can tell, but as far as being biased, he just tells it like he sees it. He says what he sees it.
Okay.
And, like the finals matchup was a crap matchup.
It was. Dang, it was. But and were we on the air after the game one? No. We only got a few minutes left in the show, but charge or no charge?
Charge.
Dre, charge or no charge? And where you at with that, Dre? Charge or no charge? Was that a charge?
Charge.
So, in your history of watching the NBA, have you ever seen somebody overturn a charge call?
Not a charge. Not a charge.
I mean, ever.
I had said it was to me. I remember the tuck rule with the Raiders in New England.
Right.
They made up a call in the middle of the game. Like, oh, wait a minute, we can't let this go. And the Raiders never recovered from that. They were pissed. The Cavs never recovered from that call. They feel like they got robbed. I mean, we all played, and we know what it's like, man. When you feel like you're being cheated, it carries over.
They got a call called on them, reversed. And not only did they get the call reversed, they put the dude on the line.
Right.
Like, if you call it one way and I call it another way, at the most, it should be a jump ball, or whoever lead official is should get that call. Or you're looking at it and they're saying, well,
they went to the telestrator. I was like, for a charge?
Yeah, like, come on, bro.
But here's the thing, though. They went to the telestrator. Was he standing in a restricted area?
Right.
So that's like that's like reviewing a call to see if it's a catch and then calling pass interference. Well, he didn't catch it.
What up, Ash?
You can't review a pass interference. So it's like, oh my god. But you know what I'm saying, though, right?
Right.
You can't. You're going to see if he was or was not in the restricted area. He wasn't. Then it's a charge. You went back. You changed the whole call that you can't do that. You're just seeing if it's
not a catch. Oh, but even though you didn't catch it, there was interference
Right.
on the play.
Good. So
I like that. That was a good one.
You can't do that. That was a flat out. That set the tone. That took the air out. That set the tone for they never like I said.
And even a couple of calls previous to that, like I don't know, y'all, they had a couple of clean. And what you know, those are bang bang plays. The clean strips on Kevin Durant. It was like two clean strips on Kevin Durant.
George Hill, 2 clean strips.
And they were calling fouls. I'm like, yo, I mean, I'm watching them like, but you can't review that. You can review a charge, but you can't review a strip and a foul.
But how do you think the Indiana fans feel? Which was yeah, they would have won.
Game was that?
One 5.
Right.
Catch
Right.
World
This is also
has to-
go to